Hey guys, welcome to the Riverdale live chat for this week. If you're in the room, go ahead and say hello. I already see some people here like Elliot, Whitney, Deja, and Melissa. So I'm really happy that after last week, at least for me, the show has turned around for this season and is a lot more enjoyable with trying to theorize like who is Black Hood. And I guess we were kind of trying to do that before, but I think what's really like made it more interesting for me is the fact that he's reaching out to Betty. I mean, last week's episode pretty much entirely focused on him trying to talk to her on the phone, and then we had more of that, of course, this week. And I just think it's a lot more enjoyable in general. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Solomon. Hi, anything and everything. Hi, Julian. Hi, Halima. Thank you guys so much for being here. But I just uploaded my video like 30 minutes ago or maybe a little bit before, so I don't know if you've had a chance to watch it. I saw some people had commented, but it seemed like the comments that I got, people did enjoy this week's episode. Hi, Leisha. If you're not seeing me, you just need to refresh. I see some people confused. Hi, Ingrid. I don't know. Everyone should be seeing me. Logan says it would be too obvious to be Sheriff Keller, but every time something bad happens, he was near them. So I made a video a couple weeks ago about how I thought it was the sheriff. And the only reason now that I'm thinking it might not be is because in the promo, they're mentioning something about the sheriff being shady or something. So the problem that we have with this show is that if they're going to go with this guy being a middle-aged man and not say that he's wearing like 2 masks or like makeup or something to make himself appear older, I mean, of course, he still could be wearing green contacts, but as long as we're going with the fact that we think this is like a middle-aged man, who I personally think is Betty's biological dad, and we're supposed to know who this person is, that doesn't leave us with very many options of people who we actually have seen on the show. And, you know, Sheriff Keller, I think, fits it. I think if he put in green contacts, there you go. But when they're making it kind of obvious, especially if in the next episode they point him out as someone who's suspicious or they think he might be the Black Hood, then I think that takes him off the table. Stephanie says you thought it was Sheriff Keller until the promo for the next episode, so you think it's Betty's dad and that he threatened Polly because Mama Cooper had an affair and Polly isn't his. So yeah, that's something I couldn't get past, thinking about like if it was her dad, which was also someone who I thought near the beginning of the season, like what kind of dad? Of course we had a father killing a son last season, but like who would want to kill, you know, their daughter, and not just their daughter, but their daughter who is pregnant with twins. So maybe it's not his kid, but still this person's very twisted regardless. Melissa says, looks like a certain show wanted to recreate a certain scene from Grease. To me, the drag racing scene was really silly. I made a point in my video today about how I know drag racing was like really popular like in the 50s, and I guess maybe this is when this comic book originally came out. So I don't know if they were just trying to kind of be like Grease because we know that's something from Grease, or just being with the times that the comic book was originally written in. I don't know. But to me, it was just kind of like, okay, that's kind of silly. Willow is actually sleeping down by me right now. She's been crazy today, but she's actually calm, so let's hope she stays calm for this video. True Operation says, did we ever get a payoff for when Cheryl told her mom, we know what really happened in the barn? Well, her mom is evil. I mean, I guess it's good to see she's recovering from her burns and everything, but she was just horrific again in this episode, like making deals with Nick's family and everything. She's just a really bad person. So really and truly, if she dies in this series, I'm totally cool with that. Deja says you feel like Sheriff Keller is part of this. He may be working on the inside, providing information to the real Black Hoodie so that person could kill or try to punish others for their sins. He is definitely super suspicious. And again, I don't know if it's because they want him to be suspicious and he's kind of like the red herring of this season because he fits the look and everything of Black Hood, or if he's truly involved. We also had the introduction of this person called the Sugar Man this week, who we really didn't know anything about, and they also revealed this person. I got really excited when they started talking about this guy and when I felt like they were going to reveal him. But then I thought the reveal was kind of a letdown because it was like this teacher, which I only remember meeting this season, and I do definitely remember that scene with him having Jughead in class, and at the time I never thought much about it. I was like, okay, whatever. But so, you know, that was that reveal, which I was like, I was hoping it would be someone more exciting. But again, the problem we have when they want to make the villains in this show adults, we don't know very many adults. So if you wanted to reveal a Sugarman villain and then the Black Hood villain, it's like, well, you're really picking from a very small pool of people because we don't know and we haven't been introduced to hardly any male adults in this show. And it seems like I wish they would kind of get away from having every single villain an adult. And I've said this a billion times, but like, could we at least have like a teen villain sometime soon? Jonathan thinks the Betty's dad theory checks out, could really explain her dark Betty side. In the future, it could be a potential storyline, Betty struggling with her dark side. That's actually something I had been thinking about, but I never, I think, told you guys that definitely explains maybe the mental illness aspect in her family and how she has the capacity to be a little dark, you know, because probably her dad is super freaking twisted. And I still think for sure that's her dad. I just don't know for sure if it's Sheriff Keller. Amber thought it was ironic that he didn't want Jughead to be part of the paper unless he wasn't involved in any drugs or gangs, and he ended up being the Sugar Man, right? Those people, that's kind of the way that kind of stuff usually works out. It's like someone is so like hypocritical, basically. Laura says Jingle Jangle still cracks me up. It makes you think of those really huge pixie sticks. I always think of pixie sticks. I guess it kind of looks like that, and it cracks me up totally. They really, really, really are trying to make it a thing, like this season. It's like literally in every episode, and it's just, the name is just so hilarious to me, but it makes me laugh, even though I know it's not, it's like a serious drug, and it's not funny, but it is funny. I don't know. Solomon says, did anyone else think Cheryl's mother healed from her burns quickly? I definitely thought so, because wasn't her whole face wrapped up recently? But I did notice like her wearing the gloves and stuff, so I feel like she has a lot of scarring on her hands. But the weird thing I thought was that like her face looked pretty normal, and I get maybe she is healed, I guess, but like, wouldn't she have some scabs or issues, lesions, something still in her face? I mean, maybe over time they can be like, she healed from all of that, but it's like, wouldn't she still have some things going on with her face? I don't know. Jay says you love that Betty is wanting to deal with the Black Hood on her terms. I really did like that. She definitely showed a strong side towards the end of this episode where she was like, I'm coming for you, you know, and did not allow him or her to isolate her from friends and family. She's wanting to be a fighter and not a victim. Now, to me, it would be cool if they did a total switch up here and made the Black Hood a woman, but then that's also silly to me because they would be going through a lot of theatrics, like, this person obviously is a man, so are they putting on, like, a padded suit or, like, face make? It almost gets to be, like, the Pretty Little Liars nonsense with the masks, so that kind of bothers me. Deja says, you're confused. The Black Hood wants to kill others because of their sins, so what did Fred do that was so sinful? He was having an affair with Hermione. I remember asking some people that because I didn't get that either, but I believe that's what's going on, or that was his sin. Melissa thought the same thing. Okay. Megan says this, it might be Megan, let me know. Might be far-fetched, but could Betty be the Black Hood? I've had a lot of comments about that. I think one thing that would kind of make that theory not accurate is that, remember when last week when she had Black Hood on the phone and she put it on speakerphone and Archie wanted to hear and Archie was able to hear? I mean, unless she's recorded herself and distorted her voice so that she could prove to someone else that it's not her. I don't know. So when I interpret her putting on that mask and looking in the mirror as her being part of the Black Hood's family and being his daughter. So when she puts on the mask and you can see her eyes only, it is kind of a mirror image possibly of her dad. Now, I don't know if she has green eyes or if the green eyes from the Black Hood are contacts. So I think he was just trying to say, like, when you look in the mirror, you see me because you're a part of me. That's how I interpreted that. Jillian says, what would be the worst reveal for me? For me, and then he says for him, it would be someone we haven't seen until season 2. For me, it would honestly be anyone involved with the Serpents, which I know some people have assumed or guessed or theorized that certain people in the Serpents are the Black Hood. Just because I really dislike the whole Serpent storyline, and I don't feel like they've established anyone in the Serpents well enough to make us care about those people, to make us care if they were revealed as this major villain. I mean, I could get that. I could totally understand and get that one of the serpents could be her dad, because we had that information last season that her mom used to hang out with the serpents, and, I think she dated FP. I mean, I don't think they're going to go there, but it could always be that FP is the Black Hood and is Betty's dad, but is having some other random serpent do the killings and stuff, which would kind of be disappointing in so many ways, because we would have an incestual theme once again, which has happened in a lot of shows. And then I don't want to think FP is that bad of a guy. So I don't think that's him, but that's just a thought. Jay says the Black Hood has romantic feelings for Betty. I don't take it as that. I take it as that he cares so much about her in a weird way because he's her dad, that he wants her to have a good boyfriend, and he wants her to be surrounded by people who aren't sinners, like friends and boyfriends that are good people in his opinion, And Charlie says you'd hate BH to be her brother, but you see it happening. And we still have that issue, which the problem again with that issue is that I think her brother is supposed to be in his 20s. His name is Chick. We still haven't met him, so every time we don't meet him in an episode concerns me, because I feel like they might be saving him to reveal as the Black Hood. But with him being her brother, he doesn't look at all. If you've seen, you can Google, you can see the actor who's playing this guy, and he doesn't look like the guy walking around as the Black Hood. So unless he's paying someone to do that, it's weird. Because he literally looks nothing like him. So if they want to make the brother the Black Hood, they really need an excellent explanation as to who this person has been walking around, because if they try to pass it off as that's her brother, that literally makes no sense. We can all tell this is a guy that's around Sheriff Keller's age. So there's no freaking way it's her brother walking around who we've been seeing every week, By the way, I did find the ending really good, because he definitely killed that teacher. They just didn't really show it because he's just hardcore, like in jail. So, well, I thought that Jason's dad killed Jason, right? Was it somebody else? I don't know. That's what I thought the reveal was. Amber says the worst reveal for you would be Jughead. You really don't think that's what it is, but you've seen some pretty stupid reveals in the past, like Pretty Little Liars, right? Hi, Elliot. I'm glad your Wi-Fi is working. Thank you for being here. Leisha says Veronica's dad is someone you think the Black Hood could be. Definitely could be. I mean, to me, that's a little bit obvious because they try so hard to make him shady, but then again, it could be. It could be. Depends on how long, like, Mark Consuelos wants to be on the show. I mean, technically, he could be Betty's dad and the Black Hood, and we know he's shady. Absolutely. So, Julian says you don't know why they chose to reveal the eyes of the person. I don't either. That really bothers me. I feel like it's really unnecessary. Maybe it does have some meaning, but if he had a full mask on, then we could really assume him to be so many people. We could assume him to be older people, younger people, possibly a woman, It just really narrows down the people. And I don't know what they're going to do with that. I hope it makes sense. I get concerned that they're going Pretty Little Liars route, and they're going to say someone was wearing contacts and old age makeup, and just no one is going to go through all those extremes, okay? If you just want to be a person who's a villain and you want to conceal your identity, you're just going to put on a full mask. You're not going to put on a mask with cutouts in the eyes and then put like fake stage makeup on. Like, nobody's going to do that. That's so stupid. Please don't go there. Stephanie says it would make sense if the sheriff is the Black Hood or working with him, because how else would the Black Hood get into the jail? Very good point, to shoot the teacher. I have always been suspicious of him. Last year, I was very suspicious of him. Like 3 people who watched my videos agreed that he was suspicious. But I definitely think they're making him look suspicious this season. I am down with that, even though it's obvious. If they want to have him as Black Hood and Betty's dad, I can get behind it. But I would much rather have that than it be some random serpent that we saw in the background. I made like a big joke last season about Jason's killer. I made a video where I said like I figured out who it was, and I said he was like this serpent in the background, and I explained like what clothes he was wearing. I totally made it up. But like, it worries me that they're going to do something like this, and they're going to say, they said that we've seen Black Hood. Well, we may have seen him in like a pack of serpents in the background, that doesn't count for me. So I really hope they don't do something stupid like that where they reveal this person and we're all like, who is this? And then we remember maybe seeing him. Maybe he had one line this season, or we saw him like in a crowd shot. Like, that's dumb. Okay. Lucas says, why does Black Hood enjoy killing teachers? Well, you also have to think about this person and how do they have so much information about everything that's going on? So if you're trying to tell me that it's Chick, who is Betty's brother, who no one's ever met, like, how would he know, since apparently he doesn't live in this town, how would he know so much about everything that goes down at the school, what went on last year, last season? To me, that's a poor choice if that's our killer, because how did he know what went down with Grundy? Like, how did he have all this information when he didn't even, maybe he was living in the town and we didn't know, but that's just so dumb. We definitely didn't know of his existence last season, so that's annoying to me. Elliot says, you feel the Sugar Man thing was boring. I actually found that, the fact that there was a thing called the Sugar Man interesting, and I was kind of into it, but then I felt like the reveal was pretty lame. Jay, are you talking about the promo implicating the sheriff? I saw the promo that aired as soon as the episode aired last night on CW, but let me know what you're talking about. Solomon would hate for the series to pull a PLL and have multiple people wearing the Black Hood and committing crimes. You want one killer and want it to make sense. I've also gotten tons of comments that people think there's two killers. People think the Black Hood that we've been seeing is a paid person, a random person, and that there's a mastermind at home. So if you look at it that way, then it opens it up for the Black Hood to be a lot of people, because it could be anybody, because we've never seen them before, and obviously they're distorting their voice when they call Betty. So you could have someone orchestrating all of the kills, but this person who is doing it is being paid or blackmailed to do it. Now that would kind of make sense, although that's kind of dumb. Don't really like that. I kind of want this person to be doing their own killings. That's kind of what I think, or how I prefer it. Jasmine says the voice and the actual Black Hood are two different people. So definitely could be. I mean, we know that the voice, regardless, is not the real voice of this person because they're using something kind of like Scream. If you've watched MTV Scream or the Scream movies, where the voice is being distorted. And if you've seen those movies, it doesn't mean that it's a man. It sounds like a male voice. Could be a woman. I mean, I still am thinking it's Betty's dad, real dad, but you can't take that as absolute that it's got to be a man because the voice sounds like a man. So I don't know. Julian just hopes that the motive is strong. Otherwise, it will ruin the season. Yeah, I'm concerned with them because I wasn't really on board with how they ended season 1. I thought that reveal, even though it made sense, it was just kind of silly. But I'm just concerned this time it's not going to make sense. I mean, yeah, right. Billy is on Riverdale. I think you're talking about FP. FP from Scream. He was in Scream. Was amazing in Scream. Scream 1. I think he was just in Scream 1, right? He was great. Deja says you feel like the only two people that would have that kind of information on the people that have been getting killed or punished are Alice and Sheriff Keller. Pretty much. That's pretty much what I think. What about the principal? Why can't I think of who the principal is? Wouldn't the principal have a lot of that information? Emily says there's still 16 episodes left. You don't know how they're going to drag the Black Hood story out for so long. Now, I don't know if the Black Hood will be resolved at any point. I don't think they're taking a break like How to Get Away with Murder is. Like How to Get Away with Murder has their last episode tonight for the half of the season, and they'll come back in the winter. But I've been meaning to look it up. Maybe you guys know. Is this show ever taking a break? Or are we just going to keep going through December with this? I wasn't really sure what was happening. We know, again, it won't be on next week because of American Thanksgiving, but I don't know if they're just going to keep going through December and take like breaks for New Year's and Christmas and then keep going, or if we're taking like a month break or what's happening there. Fred says they cast Hart Denton to play Betty's brother. Your bets are he's the killer and he's playing a hitman. Would be stupid to show the eyes of the killer. If Betty's brother is the killer, then I would think that exactly, that he is, I think I read plain, but it says paying a hitman. I think that he's sitting somewhere calling the shots, not doing the killings. So Elliot says, what about Mayor McCoy? She would have information. Now that's another guess. She was in last night's episode. She definitely has an issue with people doing drugs and such. She was really mad about her daughter being involved. So possibly. Solomon believes the Black Hood will be revealed mid-season. Deja says January 17th is when they're coming back, and you don't know when the finale is. So does anybody know when they take this break before the 17th? Because we know they're coming back after Thanksgiving, so they'll be back with the 29th. So I don't know if they're just going to wrap it up and then be gone all of December, or what is up with that. Charlie says you doubt they will, but you love it when mystery shows reveal the killer to the audience midway, and we get to see from their perspective too. That would be interesting. Super interesting. I like that too. That would be cool. A lot of shows don't do that, but I do enjoy that, so I think that would be fun. Luca thinks Mayor McCoy will be the next victim. Well, Robin Givens is a pretty big actress, and I don't know. With the way the show goes, they haven't really killed off big people, so we'll see. Jasmine says maybe if they do take a break, the Black Hood will be revealed mid-season finale. Jay says in regards to the promo, also is Chuck returning for the next episode? It looked as though he grabs Josie in the promo. I don't know. Possibly. Celine says, what's the name of the long-haired serpent? Is that the tall boy guy? Julian says, would you be mad if they reveal the killer in the mid-season, like season 2 of Scream Queens? Oh God. Well, season 2 of Scream Queens was so bad. That was one of the worst seasons of anything I've ever seen. It was so bad. But if they do it, okay. If they do it, they can do it in a way which I think I would be okay with on this show. So we'll see. Lucas says, how did they film season 2 so quickly? I don't know. I was very surprised that this season 2 came out and season 1 ended, oh my God, I think it ended in April or May. And here we are with season 2. But maybe they filmed both seasons like together or something. I don't know. But it was a very fast turnaround. I was really surprised. Usually I wouldn't think it would come back again till like the winter. But it came right back in the fall. So that was really crazy. So Jasmine says, you just checked IMDb. Thank you. And it says the 14th of December will be our last episode. Then I think it comes back January 17th. So 13th of December in America. And the 14th for Australia. So we will have a bit of a break. So about a month break, which I thought they would probably do. And apparently they're still filming season 2. So, okay. But that was a very fast turnaround. So, but the good thing is a lot of shows have ended, at least a lot of the shows that I watch. I'm going to get back on doing videos for This Is Us because I still need to watch this week. So please no spoilers if you're watching. But I know I kind of fell behind and a lot of people have asked me to keep doing the videos. So I'll continue with those. But How to Get Away with Murder is ending tonight, and then American Horror Story already ended. So I'm glad that we still have Riverdale because I'll keep doing those videos, you know, into December, which is really good. And then This Is Us, and then I'll probably start being on Riff a lot more. Like, it's been kind of a crazy time, especially since I was just traveling. So I plan on being on Riff, and that link is in the bio, I think, or it should be. Maybe it's not in this live chat. I need to add that to the live chat bios. It's in my last video bio. And it's free to sign up, and you can watch Netflix shows with me. And I think I'll just be doing a lot more of that, like during the holidays, you know, as long as I have time. I know that's a busy time for everyone. But just to fill the void of not having, you know, shows to do stuff on for YouTube. Julian is so behind in many shows like American Horror Story. American Horror Story is so good. So if you didn't watch this season, I highly recommend it. The entire season was really good. And I do need to get back to Slasher. I've just had like a very crazy week. I will finish it on Riff with you guys. I haven't watched it since we last watched it on there. So, and I want to get back to Stranger Things Season 1 as well and more stuff on there. I just have not had extra time to do that, but I will, I promise. But if you follow me on Twitter, then you will be alerted. And probably if you're subscribed to me on that site, you'll know when I'm coming back on. So yes, MTV Scream, which is Season 3, is going to come back in March, which is supposed to be totally different. Yes, I'm definitely going to watch it. The only problem with Season 3 is that they're airing it kind of in clumps, so it's like not weekly. I forgot how they're doing it. Maybe in just a couple of days or something, they're going to air the whole season. Can I do a rant on The Snowman? Yeah, I can. Oh my God. Oh my God, that movie was so bad. I don't know if you've seen it, but I sincerely tell you to, even if you're interested in it, I would not go to the movie theater because it costs so much money for movie theater tickets. Because I'm telling you, it was really bad. But if you still want to watch it, please wait. Because then if you dislike it, like I think you will, you'll be happy that you didn't spend the money on movie theater tickets. Because it was one of the worst movies I've seen, which is weird because the promo for that, I mean, the trailer, it looked so, so good. Yes, Emily, I would be happy to do a whole season review for Stranger Things Season 1. Yes, I would. So Sabrina is supposed to be this Riverdale spinoff that Christina's talking about here. And does anybody know when that comes out? And I don't know if that's something I'm going to watch, but I thought Sabrina was supposed to make an appearance in this show in Riverdale. Julian says, you're so mad over what they did with Scream, and you were excited to see the snowman. It looked amazing. I don't know. I'm sorry. I really hated it. I was really excited to see it. It's weird. It's not that weird, actually, but the reviews when it came out were really terrible, and I just decided to ignore the reviews because I thought, oh, whatever. I'm sure it's still really good. What do these people know? They were right. I was dumb for watching it and spending money at the movie theater, so yes. Yep. Happy Death Day, however, was really good. And I never saw Saw, which is really, really dumb of me because I love the Saw franchise and I still haven't seen the new one. So I don't know what I've been thinking. I think I've just been busy. What do I think about Jude Law to play Dumbledore in the new Fantastic Beasts? I like him. I think that's good. What do you think? Elliot says, will I watch the PLL spinoff? Yes. I'm going to watch the first episode and see where it goes from there. I don't have any promises, or I can't promise you guys I'll watch the whole thing, because I have such a love-hate relationship with PLL. And I was kind of glad for that to end and kind of wanted to take a break. And it's been, you know, kind of a break. But to get into another Marlene King show kind of freaks me out. So I don't know. I don't really enjoy watching her stuff. So, but I will watch the promo or the pilot, and I'll do a video on that. I had so many people ask me about that. So I will. Maybe I'll really like it. I will totally keep an open mind. But if I don't, I'm not going to continue with the show because, you know, the only reason I kept watching PLL for all those years is because I really genuinely loved it for several years, and then I felt like it went downhill, and then it just got to the point where I had to know, like, who are they going to reveal as A or AD or whatever, you know? So, yeah, I know Marlene has a lot of shows, but since this one has people from PLL and it's like a spinoff, I will give it a chance. But it sounds kind of a lot like PLL, which makes me even more concerned. I know, right? Well, I mentioned her name, right? So it'll probably crash, which would be terrible. It hasn't crashed lately because I have a new way of doing live shows. I have like a new system on my computer where I can do them because I was just doing them straight through YouTube for a long, long time. And that is like the worst way to do it ever. I don't know. It just was for me because it always crashed. Anyway, yeah, so Julian says if she follows the books, the reveal will be good. I think you're talking about The Perfectionist. People told me, like, the books were really good, and, that's why I'm going to give it a chance, but I don't know. You know how Marlene is, but we'll save that for another day. I don't know. Emily wishes for How to Get Away with Murder. We could do a live show where we could watch you for the big reveal. That would be so fun. I actually used to do those types of things on YouTube until they started coming out with new rules and everything and cracking down on that. And just when you have like any audio from a show or movie on your channel, then they will pull your video or do something like serious, like try to suspend your account. So things have kind of changed in the past couple of years, so I can't do that anymore. The cool thing about Riff is that you can have the whole show on your screen and like everyone else gets to see it. So it would be really cool if Riff would like expand and actually be able to hook up to, you know, shows that are on like the networks like ABC, NBC, CBS. That would be so fun. I can't film my reactions anymore to, at least for me, I've had a lot of issues, Emily, and kind of what I was just talking about, because if there's any audio whatsoever, the video gets flagged by YouTube, and they're getting flagged anyway because of these advertiser not friendly issues. That's a whole other issue. So I just cannot do those anymore. I was having issues like every day. They were going back in the past and flagging old videos where I used to do reactions with audio and stuff, and, you know. It's a thing that wasn't great, but you know what I'm probably going to do is to get a video up immediately after it's over. Sometimes I say that and it just doesn't happen, but I do want to get a video up quickly about the How to Get Away with Murder finale tonight. We'll still have our live chat for that show tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm still going to watch season 3 of Scream, Fred. Considering that it's all kind of airing at one time, I'll probably just watch the whole thing. And maybe I'll just do like one video on all of it because it's kind of airing almost like a Netflix show where it's like all airing at once, you know? Chai City liked this episode, hated the last section. There were some parts of it I thought were pretty dumb, like the drag racing. I didn't like it as much as last week's. Yes, I called my last video Jingle Jangle for sale because I thought maybe some people were looking to buy. And if they needed to know where that is, I'll mail you some pixie sticks. No, I'm joking. Totally joking. Don't want anyone to think that there's bad things going on this channel. Anyway, yeah, I wanted Emma to be in Scream too. I really liked her. Anyway. But yeah, so, you know, just kind of with life, things change, and YouTube has changed a lot, especially this year, I think. Yeah, pretty much, definitely, all of this year, there's been all kinds of different issues on YouTube, not just for me, pretty much for everyone. So I'm trying to just go with the changes, and it's cool that I'm, you know, on Riff now, or at least in my mind, it's cool because it's a way for me to do what I used to do, those live reaction videos. It's even cooler because you guys can, you know, it allows everyone to see the whole entire show instead of just like little snippets, you know. Yeah, so it seems like that Betty and Jughead are doing better now since she explained like why she had to get away from him and everything. But he still had some stuff going down with Tony, so whatever. But then she told him she liked girls better than guys anyway, so, you know. Bella Thorne, she's just okay. I'm not like a huge fan of hers. Who do I think Cheryl's unexpected love interest will be? Maybe a Serpent. I don't know. I don't know. I hope it's not that Nick guy. Surely not. I don't think they'll do that. I think he's kind of gone now. Julian says that the ratings were bad for Scream. What made them think that renewing the show with new characters will attract new viewers? I think they just tried to change the demographic and tried to make it more diverse. And they think by bringing in new people and more diverse people, they'll get more viewers, I guess. I know, I've never really trusted Kevin. Lucas saying Kevin's a snake. I know, he was totally, like, he called Betty Benedict Betty, you know? Like, I just can't trust him. I don't know. Oh, that's interesting. Jamie thinks that Cheryl is going to date Tony, and then Chai City thinks that Cheryl is going to date Betty's brother. Interesting. I've never seen The Babysitter. Is that good? Nick was in a car crash, but I don't guess he's dead, is he? Or were they implying that he died? I don't know. You can't wait for Betty and Archie to be together. I definitely think that will happen. I don't know if it'll happen this season, but I think it will. Jonathan thinks her brother, Betty's brother, will show up again when she realizes that the Black Hood is her dad and goes looking for the Black Hood, and instead she finds her brother. That's interesting. Who would think that teacher from Southside High was a sugar man, says about Life Ella. Well, nobody, because we barely knew him, and that was pretty much a lame reveal. That's what I think. Amber thinks Kevin is shady. I think so. I've said that for a really long time. Sometimes people will be like, no, he's so cool. I don't know. Chai City thinks Nick's parents are dead, not Nick. Still, that's some pretty sinister stuff. And Veronica was just like, oh well, you know. I don't understand the Pussycats either. It bothers me that they're on the show and they don't seem to have any purpose. They had a little more purpose last night, and thankfully they didn't break out in song, because I just don't really like that either. Deja says Nick got hurt really badly and it'll take him months for him to recover. I mean, he is a terrible person. Let's, you know, don't get that twisted. But, I mean, at the same time, I don't think I would be, like, cheering and happy and stuff that he was, like, hurt terribly in, like, a car crash that my parents made happen. I don't know. Wow. Okay, I thought you said, oh, I read that Chai City is Veronica needs to be killed, but it says Veronica's dad needs to be killed. Okay. Archie is kind of boring, which is weird because he's like the star of the show. Yeah, Hiram definitely and Hermione arranged that crash, which was terrible. All right, so I'm going to let you guys go. I'm going to wrap this up because I got some more work to do with other stuff. Not this, but another job. And then, you know, we've got How to Get Away with Murder finale tonight, so hope you guys will watch. I'll try to get that video up tonight. How to Get Away with Murder video or live chat tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern. Thank you so much for being here. This was so much fun. I hope to see you guys in the chat tomorrow if you watch How to Get Away with Murder, and I hope you're having a great day. If you haven't seen my video on Riverdale, go check that out. This was very fun. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye.